So I was telling John, right, like right before we started, I honestly am not sure if I watched an episode of MLP or some kind of like PSA on trolling in you, how to do it, how to defend yourself against it or something. Um, yeah, this I gotta tell you right now, this is one of those episodes. This is an episode that I've wanted for a long time. Not from the show specifically, but from something that talks about the whole, hey, I'm just being honest thing, where it's like, people could say like the meanest things ever, but they're like, hey, I'm just being honest, so don't get mad at my opinion. Because I always think that's complete bullcrap. So I
And for all
respect.
intents and purposes, at least it is not anywhere near the doing horrific things to your kids and saying, "Oh, it's just a prank, bro."
God. No, I got a
Those
friend that
people
was
need
here
to
in one of my
die,
bands.
seriously.
I have a friend that listened to one of my bands practice its music, and when we were done, he straight was just like, "Dude, that sucked." And I'm like, "Well, it's our first practice," but he kept like relaying the fact that we sucked, and I'm like, "Well, I mean, dude, I mean, you don't have to be so like rude about it or whatever." And then he took it like I took it, like I was taking it as a personal attack, and he's like, "Hey, I'm just being honest," but like there was nothing constructive about it, and we argued over that, and
Yeah, if
yeah,
if there is
yeah, basically.
anything, if there is anything, I'm just gonna say that no. If if you want to give an honest opinion, back it up, number one. And number two, have it to where you can give constructive criticism. It's going to really work out in your favor.
Was this episode illustrated pretty well, and I walked away kind of liking it.
Not so much me. It kind of felt a bit boring.
What are you talking, bro? I'm about to give you a -5 stars. What are you talking? This is an episode that a fandom like this needs, because you know what? It's not even gonna stop any arguments. If anything, it's gonna make them worse. Hilarious.
How about this? I'll do a so that it'll make sense to you. This isn't an episode that the fandom deserved. This is the episode that the fandom needed.
It waits in the shadows, a dark episode. Or something, I don't know. Okay, so
have you seen that Derp Light video or the Derp Night picture?
Which one?
Where she's like, it's like the Derp Night Rises or something, and it's literally Derpy in a Batman costume, like hitting against a window and shattering it.
Oh, good lord. The shit people come up with, man.
Anyway.
Yeah. So you take the lead on this one.
Well, the episode is basically about the fact that Rarity is having a fashion show going on. And she's picked 2 of the 3 judges already. The 2 judges that she's picked so far has been hoity-toity and photo finish. It's nice to see these 2 after, I don't know, 6 seasons out of the spotlight. I need Applejack to have the complete opinion of someone who's not really like most of us or knows anything about fashion. We just need a country girl that knows
you are
around honesty.
Your voice is glitching in and out hella hard.
Kind of a stupid. Oh, really? Hold
on. But yeah, to continue where John left off, he Rarity, which is sound logic. Rarity's logic is essentially, let's get an outsider's opinion, but let's get someone that won't compromise their opinion, which is Applejack. It's a good idea on paper, but as TV tropes will note about this episode, this episode has a slight deconstruction to the brutal honesty trope found with characters, which Applejack doesn't normally have a problem with brutal honesty. Maybe she's unintentionally insensitive once in a while, but nothing. Nothing. Nothing character breaking. But it's explored in this episode, which I'm really thinking about, like all of the. It's quite a lot of focus in Applejack in recent, or her family in recent times. Not a bad thing, but man, it's fun. It's just interesting because last season, damn it, last year we had an episode that gave backstory to her honesty and Mac's select mutism, and now in this episode we take the established tropes of her honesty and character, and instead of exploring them a bit, we take them a bit apart via deconstruction, and then put it back together, and it makes for an interesting episode. It really does.
Okay, first of all, can you hear me a lot better?
Yeah.
So, second of all, what episode were you talking about from last season?
The episode with Applejack and Big Mac. It was a flashback episode.
Oh yeah. Whatever. Yeah. That was interesting. But
I thought so. So oh yeah. So yeah, continue on.
So, AJ's a little hesitant at first, and why wouldn't she be? This is Applejack we're talking about. She doesn't want to commit to anything unless it's due to apples, mainly. Looking back at Flutterbat, that's also kind of a hit or miss with her. Reluctantly agrees. She's like, okay, let's
Stop the bats.
Make them go and not come back. But it was go in, and they get into the boutique, and dressmakers are there. And how this contest works is they're going to be judging the stages of like all stages of the creation, and then when they actually show creations at the fashion show, and they're starting out, and one of them
they create creations so that their creations may create.
Pretty much. So one of my favorites is actually the goth pony that we have.
Oh, she's hilarious.
And I swear to you, that pony has such influence. Tetsuya and Nomura, they're for Square Enix.
Man,
because if you look at it, you remember when he did a design for Batman, a Batman costume, and it's just like zippers and ties and all this points and everything like that. I'm like,
no. To be fair, it's more zippers and belts than anything else.
Still, though, how much he wants to use it. As anime as possible, but as like anime as you can.
Well, Tetsuya Nomura's thing is always like, what will inspire people to cosplay the most?
And then you see a bunch of them dressed like that in a circle at a convention, screaming at each other. Just, I swear to you, that actually happened at an anime convention over a bunch of people in Japanese costume cosplays, literally screaming at each other, the Shia LaBeouf thing. Just do it! I'm just like...
I really don't.
That happened.
I really don't need to think about a bunch of people talking about Shia Senpai, okay?
Oh my gosh. Rarity, not Rarity. AJ is giving her honest opinion. See what I did there? But it's like, this is too many buttons. How is it going to be functional? How is this going to be functional? And, I'd rather have it simple where you just have a single zipper and it makes everything work just fine. Keeps going to some of the other dresses, which honestly, right now, I may struggle to try and talk my way through this because this was a very forgettable episode for me. Going on.
I won't have that problem because I'm like John. I got good taste. So, the episode makes a further point.
Honest opinion.
I see what you did there, you son of a bitch. So
He said it.
So the episode makes a point, which, okay, for a lot of years, this episode had a problem with the episodes where it came to where they would have a professional of a certain thing on. And the moral of the episode eventually came to, dude, just let the professional do what they do. They're always right, blah, blah, blah. Except for Fluttershy Leans In this season, where, as far as I know, it's like the only episode where the professionals weren't actually in the right when it came to what the clientele desired. Well, in this episode,
what about Spice Up Your Life?
Oh, Spice Up Your Life. That's a good one too. I actually just saw that right before you said. So yeah, besides those two, and in this episode, it's a reverse of Spice Up Your Life and Fluttershy Leans In, where you've got these experts who know what they're talking about, and it's actually an environment where the professionals are needed and required, whereas other ones like Spice Up Your Life, whatever, they kind of just came in type of thing, came into a character situation, but they ended up benefiting them. This is a case where one of the main characters comes into the professional situation and just completely just kicks their world in the balls, and it's hilarious.
So why don't you section, because I know you would love to talk about the Rarity guitar solo.
Oh, hells yeah. So the episode continues on for some time later, and funnily enough, Applejack's like, yo, I like being a dick. So it gets
this is fun.
It gets to a point to where Rarity, at first she was kind of just, hemming and hawing and Applejack's opinions off to, try to do some form of damage control. But Applejack doesn't take the hint and starts getting more and more and more just completely destructively critical. And it was kind of tough to watch because in the sense of like, I've seen folks like this, like in the family or just IRL, but it was still. I thought they still did it funny, this is after the fact, but when she rips up that feather, that feather hat or something, I'm just like, that's incredibly out of character, but it's so ridiculous. I'm laughing, so I like it. But part John mentioned, she is just over this and mad, and she comes across Pinkie Pie at the Cakes Bakery. She's got her. See, it looks like a ukulele, but I think it's supposed to be an acoustic guitar. And she's like, dude, you okay? She's like, no. She's like, and then she's like, dude, do you want to get your aggression out? Because with music, because music. She said music helps or music soothes or something like that. No, is that the greatest thing in the world happened, because as soon as he grabs the guitar, this happens. And it was hilarious. It was.
Now, I will say, it reminds me. Do you remember there was I think it was an Australian sessions commercial for the DS, literally where the kid gets jam sessions for the DS, and the mom comes in, starts singing "Happy Birthday," and he's like, "Wow, wow, wow! Frick is this? Freaking sponge cake!" It's like instant rock star. If you guys have to see that video. It's freaking hysterical. I'll link to it in the description. Freaking amazing. Snake's gonna have to show it to you after the video because it's. But,
I'm sorry, I'm just the song I pulled up. It's a Megadeth song, and I just read one of these comments that said this song makes me shit lightning, and that's awesome.
Metallica rides the lightning.
No, I said, well, you can't say that. This is Megadeth. Bring up Metallica and any positive light to a Megadeth fan, they'll fucking kill you. Or
No,
Dave Mustaine.
Because that's part of the big four, you know. Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax.
As long as it's not Slayer.
Slayer and Anthrax been up to, and what has Anthrax been up to lately?
They released an album last year, and then I saw them in San Bernardino, but they had horrible sound quality issues. They were like close to like a half hour late because of some backstage BS, and they played like maybe a 35 minute set, and I was really pissed off.
Wow. That sucks.
Well, because San Bernardino is a piece of crap, and it has the biggest amphitheater in America, which is a piece of crap because it's right offset of a highway, and there's a lot of landscape, but there's really only there's only two roads that go in or out of the whole place. And let me tell you, it was a music festival. This place was packed, so I didn't get out of there till like close to 2 in the morning to get back to where I was sleeping.
Dang.
That was a good show, though. Slipknot was there. I saw Disturbed.
Disturbed there?
Well, it was this big music festival, and that was night 1 of 2 nights. And yeah, that the first day there was Anthrax, Megadeth, and then the 2 co-headliners tonight were Disturbed, and then was Disturbed, and then Black Sabbath that night, and then the next night was Slipknot. So yeah, it was a really good couple of days.
Yeah. Saying, excuse that little freak out I just had. Snakeskin already knows this, but I am a huge Disturbed fanboy. Just saying.
Well, I mean, they had they've had 2 3/4 of good albums. Nah, it's more of 3 1/4 good albums.
Which would be
favorite albums Indestructible, but their best album is The Sickness. Just throwing that out.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so Rarity, to get to the scene to where I was with them ripping up the feather hat. Apple, she's making these film. I felt worse for the I said film. I meant to say fashion. I felt more bad for the 3 fashion apprentice-y people than I did like hoity-toity and photo, just because I like the other 3's design, and that British pony was hilarious. So,
well, let me just say, in all honesty, looking at it from the perspective of the actual professional culture of fashion, photo finish probably have seen this stuff before, so they aren't really fazed by it. But these apprentices at face value, because this is such a huge opportunity for them. Problem wise.
Yeah, so then Rarity storms out.
Oh, stop going here.
So Rarity goes outside, runs into Pinkie Pie again, and she's like, dude, this is all Applejack's fault. And Applejack's like, no, you. And Rarity's like, no, you times 2. And Applejack's like, I was just being honest, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to lie or compromise my opinion. So then she tries to prove her point by taking her to a pony named Strawberry Sunrise. strawberry.
This is the best scene in this entire episode. I swear to you, this is so
Where-
good.
Where she's like, yo, strawberry sunrise. Tell Appjack about what Jack Apple about apples. And she's like, strawberries FTW. And Applejack's like, WTF, FU. And she's like, no, you.
This is her favorite kind of soda, in all honesty. Very bro.
Yeah, and I bet I can guess what her favorite popsicles are. Grape. So
wow.
What? No, I was talking about actual popsicles.
Oh, I thought you were making an allusion to her husband.
Jesus Christ, dude. What's wrong with you? You stop it, man. You need help.
No, stop it.
Stop it.
Man. Stop.
I was just gonna say that. So yeah, man, and it proved a good point because it's like, dude, yes, you have your opinions. Yes, you're entitled to them. Yes, it's great to be honest. No, you shouldn't compromise your opinions. But yes, you should make the effort to be polite and be constructive about it. Otherwise, you just come off as an a-hole, and then you turn into one of those bitter 30-year-olds that has communication issues with their father that was trolling the Justice League Facebook pages when they were talking about Zack Snyder's daughter, and they were getting mad at the people that were offering condolences to Zack Snyder because, oh, he's famous, you don't really mean it. To which I'm like, dude, shut up. You're going to die alone, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Let me just say, it kind of brings up a good point, and I wanted to say this for a while.
Just saying.
If I don't know how I've really seen this too far, but art has accepted two gigantic lies. The first one is that if you disagree with someone, or you don't, hate everything they do, or if you agree with someone that you love them and everything those are both completely false. You can someone without compromising conviction. What constitutes a healthy democracy, honestly, is that kind of your opinion, but understand that other people have other opinions, like a bit of a, you know what I mean?
Boring. No, you're right, man. You're right, and that's why I like the episode so much, because I thought that it tackled this issue in a pretty good way, and it culminates in the fashion show, where sorry, I'm tired. Where all three of the fashion apprentici, they have their walk and their run and blah blah blah, and then it ends with not the episode, but the thing ends with it being like, okay, Applejack, you have to pick a winner, and she's like, but then the episode ends with she chose all of them, and it was some real poetic. Okay, poetic's the wrong word, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that was what's the name of this episode? Oh yeah, so that was Honest Apple. And yeah, I liked it. I liked it quite. So, oh wait, they took away the God's dang stupid consarn and piece of crap. Actually, cool, but Google has to delete everything I love from the database to where you can't even find it on the dark web anymore. God dang lying piece of ISIS supporting excrement, left wing, right wing, dime bag, nickelback piece of crap Google effects system. So yeah, I give it an 8.
I like how you said that. That was such a good rant there.
Yeah, you better record that write that down because I'll never be able to repeat that exactly again.
Well, I will have it as I'll have it re-uploaded as like, this is what all of us on YouTube think of Google.
No, dude,
but-
just have that as your ringtone for me. So every time I call, you just hear consarn and lion piece of just this like 2-minute long BS.
I like that. I really do. I'm gonna do that now. But anyway, we're gonna have a disagreement here. I give this episode a 6.
What?
And for two main reasons.
6? You know what else was a 6? 3's a crowd.
No, that was like a 4.
Oh wait, no.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
you gave it a 4.
I give this a 6.
You gave it a 4. What did I give it? I think I gave it like a 5.
But because for the most part, out of a few little things, to me, it just felt kind of boring. And the end, poetic, it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. Really, we're going with this kind of cliche again.
It's a cartoon.
Yeah, but I've seen much better from this show.
Well, yeah, I have too, but at the same time, you know what they could have gone to. The only other way they could have gone was Applejack is like, I don't like none of it, and then she left the decision to Rarity, and then she picks all 3, or they actually show Applejack drops out of the competition of judging out of respect or something. Either way, you know, the fact that they had Applejack make the call puts over their message, and you know, it helps Applejack save some face.
Mm-hmm.
That's not that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
It still left a bad taste in my mouth.
Well, it left a bad taste in your mouth because you soft.
No, I'm just salty. But
you're soft and salty. You're like
next
a freaking
week,
day-old French fry. Why is my?
I'm just gonna say this though. Gosh. It's the episode we've been waiting for so dang long.
Trixie and Starlight are going to get married?
No. An episode about the Royal Sisters.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I think Starlight Glimmer's going to be in it, but still, that's awesome.
We're finally going to get some stuff. You know, I don't know why.
Yeah, it only took them.
It
only took them 7 years.
You know that inverse Nightmare Moon fan art that's been given to Celestia?
Oh yeah,
the Celestia Nightmare Moon.
Yeah.
What if they put something like that in there? Like going out on a limb, but that would be really freaking awesome.
I would have to see it executed because I'm thinking about it, and I only think it's meh to but I would need to see them executed. But I know it would be animated well because, well, it's this show.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's it from me, John.
And me, Snakeskin.
And we will talk to you guys next week. Peace out, Dragon.
John's wrong, I'm right.